Welcome to northern Argentina, home to more than 10,000 Seventh-day Adventists whose lives are as diverse as the landscape. From the green fields near Tucumán to the seven-color mountains, church members are taking on the challenge of spreading God's message of hope, love, and forgiveness to the people of this beautiful South American country. The greatest challenge the church in Northwest Argentina faces is a lack of resources. Most of its members come from poor areas where they cannot afford to build new churches as their membership grows. Today, you will meet Seventh-day Adventists who are overcoming this challenge the only way they know how. They use their faith to overcome. Manuel Ledesma walks his farm in Northwest Argentina. At 87 years of age, he still works his farm every day. He's proud of the fact that he still rides his horse, something he has done for the past 80 years. As the corn leaves Manuel's hand and falls to the ground, his sheep quickly fight the chickens for every kernel. Manuel not only feeds his literal sheep, but God's sheep as well. Manuel and his wife Alicia became Adventists 20 years ago and ever since have shared God's love with their family and friends.
Y porque quiero contarles, porque quiero que también ellos sean salvos y para el tiempo venidero, ¿no? Porque andar de la mano de Jesús en los caminos de Dios es lo mejor, ¿no?
Once a week, Manuel and his grandson Lucas take the short walk to the church at the end of their property to prepare it for Sabbath. This building is home to 20 church members and is key to opening the doors of Ojito to the gospel. Even though his own house doesn't have electricity, Manuel has made sure that the little church does. The mission offering this quarter will help to update the church and provide a source of light to a community that has been kept in the dark. As Manuel sweeps the floor, Lucas practices singing his favorite Sabbath song. As they start to walk back home, Manuel tells his grandson how important it is to give back to God in thanks for all the blessings they receive from Him.
Por eso le doy gracias que nos ayuden, porque nos faltaría hacer una pieza para el otro lado. Y bueno, para revocar y hacer la pileta, puede ser que Dios nos ayude. ¿No? Así que por eso le doy gracias y quedamos a la espera de que llegue la ofrenda.
Con gran fatiga, queriendo decir de que con gran fuerza, ya estaban agotando sus fuerzas de remar contra el viento, lógicamente.
When Pedro Vaquero speaks, it's not hard to hear the conviction in his voice.
Si Jesús no puede calmar las tormentas de la vida, de tu hogar, de tu matrimonio, de tus hijos.
And people listen. It's Friday night in Oran, a small town in northern Argentina near the Bolivian border. Pedro has been hosting meetings at his house every Friday night and Sabbath day for the past year. Usually, between 25 and 30 people attend. This is the third group he has helped to start in Oran.
A llevar este mensaje de salvación a la gente porque siento amor a Dios y amor al prójimo. Y otra cosa de que yo siento que fui llamado por Dios para llevar un mensaje de salvación a la gente. Y la emoción mía, la más grande que puedo tener, es de traer un alma a los pies de Jesús.
With the help of the local pastor, Jorge Santillan, Pedro has been able to introduce more than 70 people to Jesus this year alone. The local people are touched by the sincerity of Pedro's voice when he tells of the love and forgiveness made available by Jesus' death.
Y cuando ellos me preguntan qué hice para cambiar, yo les dije que acepté a Jesús como mi Salvador y estoy procurando obedecer lo que Él me dice que haga. y el resultado se ve. Me siento feliz, contento, restauré mi familia, mi hogar, mis hijos. Y ahora vivo para Él, o sea, también trabajo para Él.
The evening ends with a baptism as another soul is brought to the feet of Jesus. As the meeting ends, Pedro's guests slowly make their way into the still night. They stop at the door and thank Pedro for his hospitality and his message of hope in Jesus. But they are not the only ones who want to give thanks.
Agradezco al mundo, a los hermanos del mundo entero, quien nos brinda este apoyo a la misión para que con ese apoyo podamos terminar de predicar el Evangelio en todo el mundo.
Part of your mission offerings this quarter will help to build a church in Iran. The members there greatly appreciate all of your prayers and support as they do their part to tell the world about Jesus. You see them everywhere you look, open Bibles and open minds. Faces that glance back and forth from the open book to the speaker as he shares words of wisdom, words of hope. It is hard to imagine that 6 months ago, not one of these people even opened their Bibles. In fact, this church didn't even exist. But an act of faith made a difference.
Y una de las características de este territorio es trabajar con fe, con la seguridad de que Dios habrá de abrir las puertas para la proclamación del Evangelio.
Libertador General San Martin is a town of 75,000 people. At the beginning of last year, there were only 3 Adventists here. When the Northwest Argentine Mission found out they'd be receiving a small part of this quarter's mission offering, they decided to step out in faith and build a new church. They did this knowing they didn't have the money or the members to fill a church.
Y el 15 de agosto hemos iniciado, por la gracia de Dios, un ciclo de conferencias y hoy contamos con 116 nuevos hermanos que se congregan aquí.
Pastor Horacio Fernandez is the Sabbath School director for the mission, as well as the evangelist who led the campaign to fill the new church.
El haber construido una iglesia, un templo en este lugar ha sido muy importante para quienes se reúnen sábado tras sábado y quienes se reúnen día a día cuando tenemos reunión para alabar a Dios.
The church even included a separate building to house the children's Sabbath school classes. Now the sounds of children laughing, singing, and learning about Jesus fill the walls of this small brick building. Church members believe that the new building fills a need that was lacking not only in their community, but in them as well.
Estoy aprendiendo a amarlo a Dios, lo estoy conociendo poco a poco y cada vez que abro mi Biblia quiero saber más y más porque tengo todas las respuestas que siempre me dicen.
Poder establecer una iglesia en un lugar donde solo había 3 adventistas y que hoy tenemos 116 miembros de iglesia, es una gran satisfacción que nos llena de alegría y expresamos nuestro agradecimiento a Dios por la oportunidad que me da y me dio de haber participado de esta campaña.
Horacio thanks God and his Adventist brothers and sisters around the world for their prayers and their support of the mission offerings. Thank you for helping tell the world about Jesus. The church members of northern Argentina are in great need of houses of worship where they can share the message of God's healing love and forgiveness. Part of your mission offerings this quarter will go to help meet this need. Please pray for the people of northern Argentina as they do their part to tell the world about Jesus. And pray for the hearts of those who will hear this message of love, compassion, and hope.